everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sally and this is Secret Life of a Seamstress. So in today's video I thought it might be fun for me to have a look over everything I've made during the summer months and just pick out 3 of my favourite makes, and then also pick out 3 of my most worn makes, and just kind of compare the two. So this is quite a difficult thing to do because I have made so much over the summer, and I think that's mainly because of lockdown, and obviously we were stuck at home more, so I had more time to sew, and also I think, like quite a lot of us, I found sewing so good for my mental health during lockdown. Obviously there was quite a lot of anxiety, or I personally felt very anxious during that time, and I think like a lot of us, sewing and knitting and creating just makes me feel so much better. And once I got started with sewing again, it did take a little while to get into it with how I was feeling, but once I started sewing, it really did kind of help me with the anxieties that I felt. So I have made quite a lot. It was quite difficult to pick out 3 favourite makes because actually I've made a lot of things this year that I really love, but I have narrowed it down to 3, so I'm going to show you them now. So before I get started talking about my favourite makes, I'll just quickly tell you what I'm wearing. And this is an ultimate shift top, so over it ultimate shift top kind of hack. I just made it with a long sleeve part of the pattern, and I added in the frills from the sleeveless version of the dress just to give it like these frilly long sleeve top with the frill at the shoulder. And have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this top. I really love the fabric I've made it in. It's like a cotton dobby cotton lawn fabric, which is quite see-through, and you can probably tell that it's a bit of a weird kind of facing thing around the neckline. So if you're wearing something underneath it, obviously you need to wear something underneath it because it's sheer, so I wear a vest top like I'm wearing today, but you can see the line of the vest top and then the line of the facing. So I always think that looks a little bit weird. So it does put me off of wearing this top a little bit, but I thought I'd wear it today just to show you, and also to get some wear out of it. And I do love this fabric, and I do love how this top actually turned out with the frills at the top of the sleeves and everything, so I should wear it really. Anyway, that's what I'm wearing, and I'm just wearing it with a pair of jeans from H&M. First up is my bright orange Eve dress. My Sew Over It Eve dress. You probably would have seen this before if you've watched any of my other videos. I've included it in my makes video. I think it was my most recent makes video actually, but I'll link it down below, where I talk a little bit more about how I made it and how I found the pattern and everything. But yeah, this is one of my favourite makes because I absolutely love the fabric. The fabric is way out of my comfort zone. It's not something I'd normally choose. I really enjoyed working with it. I wanted to conquer the Eve dress because I've made 3 versions now. This is my 3rd, and I've always had trouble levelling out the hem. So I really wanted to kind of get it right this time. It was always on my list to have another go at the Eve dress, and I just thought this fabric would be perfect for it and something a little bit different. And I also wanted to try just a short sleeve on the dress as well, rather than the sort of fluted floaty sleeve or the 3/4 length sleeve. And I really like how that turned out. So I will pop a couple of pictures in and show you me wearing it just so you can see what it looks like on, and I'll just link my video talking more about it down below. But yeah, I really like this. But I haven't yet actually worn this dress, and I'm just blaming that on the fact that I haven't had the right occasion yet. You'll see in a minute when I talk through my other favourite makes that is a little bit of a common theme with the favourite things I've chosen. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. My first favourite make is my Sew Over It orange, pink and green Eve dress. It's really funny because all the things that I've picked, they really clash together, the colours that I've chosen for my favourite makes. So I won't hold them anywhere near each other because they'll look awful. So my second favourite thing that I made this summer was my hack of the Megan Nielsen Sudley dress and the Fibre Mood Mirror skirt. So you may have seen this already. This I did a whole other video on in collaboration with Becky from Notes from the Sewing Room, where we both chose this same beautiful fabric and we made 2 different things. So I will link that video down below because it goes into a lot more detail about how I made the dress, how I did the hack, and obviously you can watch and see what Becky made too. But yeah, I really love how this turned out. I'm really enjoying hacking patterns together at the moment and seeing how they turn out. I love kind of getting an idea in my head and trying it out and seeing how it all works out. So I was really pleased with this dress, and the fabric is just beautiful. It's from Sew Me Sunshine. I'm not sure she has any left because I did try to link it in a previous video, I think, and it was sold out, but I'll check and link it down below if I can. Obviously this fabric's quite summery now, so it might not be something that's on your wish list for autumn and winter, but yeah, really love this dress. Again, I'll pop a couple of photos in so you can see how it looks on, but I just love a gathered tiered skirt at the moment for the summer. It was really something that I quite enjoyed making, which surprised me because you may already know that gathering is not my favourite thing to do. But yeah, I'm getting more used to it now, and this was actually really nice to make and it came together really well, and I think it looks really lovely as a dress hacked together. So yeah, that was my second favourite make, and as I say, I'll link the video where I talk more about that down below, but love that one. Just to say, I have actually worn that dress out once on a really hot day. We went out to Henley-on-Thames and we had a lovely walk by the river, and it was about 30 degrees, and that dress was really lovely and cool to wear, so I have actually worn that one. Okay, next up is this one, which I made right at the beginning of summer, I think. I made this about May time. And I did make it as a sew along, so I have a whole other separate video showing me making this, and this is the Sapphire wrap play suit from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. So you'll see I've made the shorts version. I hold it up like that, and I'll insert some pictures as well. I was really pleased with how this turned out. I wasn't quite sure how it would turn out, having not made that pattern before, and I thought the shorts might turn out to be a little bit short. They are quite short, and this is another one that I haven't actually worn yet. Probably for that reason actually, the shorts do feel quite short on me. But I think this would be perfect for going on holiday. And I'm blaming the fact that I haven't worn this yet on lockdown. Because we were supposed to be going to France this year for our holiday and it was going to be really hot. And I knew I wanted to make this pattern up, or some, you know, some lovely summer clothes for us going away to a hot country, and obviously, like many other people, we didn't get to go, which is fine. But yeah, I do think that lockdown is the main reason that I haven't worn a lot of my summer clothes, because I know people say, people have said to me, you know, you should just wear them at home, but I'm not really the sort of person that will do that. I think the majority of my time is sort of spent outdoors, walking with the dog, walking with the kids, or just being at home. And I don't really feel like I can be dressed up in those situations. I don't know why, it's just me probably. But I wouldn't really just wear something like this to just sort of walk the dog, or, you know, be outside, or, you know, sit around at home. I just don't really do that, I don't know. But it's a shame that I haven't worn it, but I think definitely next year, if things are a bit more back to normal, this would be a great holiday make, a holiday thing to wear, because it's just lovely, and I really love this fabric. This is a Viscose from Stoff and Stil. I got it from the Knitting and Stitching show last October. I think they still have it on their website actually, because when I was shopping on their website recently, I saw this and I thought, oh, they've still got it. And I really love the print. I love how it feels. It's really soft and drapey. So yeah, this is a make that I do really love, and I was really proud of how it turned out. So as I say, if you want to, you can watch my sew along where I make this playsuit, and I'll link that down below. And I also obviously talk a bit more about how it fits and everything. But yeah, I really love that, and I'm really proud of it. Obviously my favourite makes, they're quite bright, which maybe that means I have more of a thing for fabric than I do for actually wearing the fabric, I don't know. But yeah, everything that I've picked as a favourite make is actually really bright and bold, which is very interesting. I'm going to be naughty and just include one more make in my favourite make, and it's this one, which I have shown on Instagram, but it's the Megan Nielsen Sudley blouse, cropped blouse, and I made it in this embroidered selvage fabric from Higgs & Higgs, like a cotton lawn fabric, and it's really beautifully soft, and it has this really pretty selvage border edge, which I love, and as you can probably tell from what I'm wearing, I love a white cotton top. So this is just a bit of a surprise make again. I just made it one Sunday afternoon. I wasn't sure what to do with this fabric and I really wanted to sew something. I haven't made the crop blouse yet, why don't I give that a go? So I did, and I was really pleased and surprised with how lovely it turned out. So I really recommend using this kind of fabric in this way as a border on a top, because one bonus is you don't have to hem it and it just gives a really lovely kind of finish, and it was so quick and easy to do, and as I say, it was, you know, it's one step less to do because you don't have to actually hem the top. You just need to make sure that your edges match up in the middle. I think I talked more about this in my most recent makes video, so I'll link that down below if you want to hear a bit more about that. That's definitely one of my most favourite makes, and since I hadn't included any tops, I thought I'd just sneak that one in there. So I've actually got 4 favourites rather than 3, but never mind. Okay, so on to my most worn makes of the summer, which are, as I say, different to my favourite makes, which is interesting, but I do think that, as I say, lockdown has a part to play in that, and the fact that we haven't been out and about as much, so I've definitely been reaching for more kind of comfy day-to-day wearing clothes. So first up, definitely my most worn make ever, I think, are my Tilly and the Buttons Sapphire culottes, which are just hanging here. You'll probably have seen these. I've worn them in a few videos, and I absolutely love these. They're so comfy, and they are a surprise make actually. They've really surprised me how much I do love them, because when I was making them, I didn't really know if the style was me. I thought I'd have a go at them because I had this Viscose and I really wanted to try out pattern just to see how I found it. And actually, surprisingly, I really like them on, and I think because I made them in a Viscose, they're really drapey, so they kind of hang nicely when you're wearing them, and I really like wearing them just with a normal t-shirt or a vest top or something, and it's just been a really lovely, comfy outfit to wear, but also you feel as if you're wearing something a little bit kind of smart for a school run or whatever you're doing. So, and you do really feel like you're wearing secret pyjamas because they're that comfy. So there they are. I'm not sure if I've got a proper picture of these actually, but I've definitely worn them in quite a few videos, so if you've watched my other videos I'm sure you will have seen them. For some reason I never made another pair of those, I've just worn these ones to death. Obviously I should have mentioned that in the book pattern is cut as a trouser length, and I've shortened it to culotte length, so they come to sort of mid-calf on me. If you follow the pattern then they'll be like ankle length, I think, and I definitely prefer them as culotte length. Second for my most worn makes is this dress, which I actually made as a pattern review in partnership with the Dibby Club, who asked me to review one of their patterns, and I chose this one. And it's just, I can't remember the name of the pattern actually, but I will look it up and I'll link it down below. It's just a really lovely, simple kind of fit and flare jersey dress. It has a little bit more shaping in it than normal. There's 2 darts in the bodice, which I think is quite unusual for a jersey dress, but it does just give that little bit more shape. And then it has kind of an A-line skirt, which I've cut as I cut it just below the knee. You can have it actually, the pattern comes in 3 lengths, so you can have it as mini, midi or maxi, and I went for the midi length, which on me was just perfect actually. I didn't need to shorten it too much at all. Everything came together really nicely in this pattern. I have a full blog post on this which I'll link down below, so if you're interested you can pop over and read that. And as I say, I'll link the pattern down below, but I just really like this style of dress. It was really relaxed, it's really comfy. This fabric is a French terry from Girl Charlie. Girl Charlie in the UK are sadly not selling to the UK anymore, I don't think. I think they're only a US company now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I just bought this in their sale when they were selling off all of their fabric to the UK, and I really love this fabric. It's just soft and cosy and easy to wear, but also kind of dressy, so I hope you can see me. I hope you can kind of get the idea of what this dress looks like. I'll pop in a picture as always, but yeah, this was definitely one of my most worn makes. And finally, for my most worn makes, it's probably this Sapphire jumpsuit, but it's the top of the Sapphire play suit, and I've just lengthened the shorts to be culotte length, so they come down to mid-calf on me. And I absolutely love this. It's kind of casual enough to wear day to day. I've worn it recently with just a pair of trainers. I've worn it with sandals. It's just really cosy and lovely, and also I think you could probably wear it to like a wedding, or you know, like a do out with some heels or something, because it's kind of could be dressed up or dressed down, but it's just so comfy. I've worn it out for dinner a couple of times, and it's just that kind of comfy style that you can eat lots in and just still be comfortable. This fabric was from John Lewis. I got it ages and ages ago, so I doubt I'll be able to link anything. It's kind of like a viscose peach skin kind of thing, and it's really lovely and drapey. And I just love the Sapphire pattern, as you can probably tell. I really like that kind of wrap bodice style. I have put a little popper on this actually, which has come undone just to hold it together and stop it draping open when I wear it, which is much better because it does flop open. I think particularly if you're not very big on the bust, it does kind of flop open. Yeah, really love that, and I'm really pleased with how the culotte length hack turned out. If you want to hear any more about how I made that, then I'll link the makes video where I talk about that a bit more down below as well. So those are my favourites, and those are my most worn makes of the summer. I found that really interesting to do actually. And one thing I'm realising is with doing these videos, it's really nice to share everything that I make with you, but also it's really nice for me to look back on what I've made and how far I've kind of come in my dressmaking journey over the months I've been sewing and the different things I've made. So I hope that video is kind of interesting, something a little bit different, but it was really nice for me to do, to look back over everything I made in the summer and pick out my favourites and then see how that compared to what I actually wore the most. As I say, I do think lockdown had something to do with the fact that I didn't wear a lot of my more dressy makes, but hopefully they'll still be good for next summer, and I definitely really enjoyed making them. One thing I'm finding is that the more things I make, obviously the more I have in my wardrobe, and I'm not really one for having loads of clothes. I do kind of clear out every season. I know that there are handmade things in my wardrobe that I might not necessarily wear anymore because maybe because I'm not happy with them, or they're just not my style anymore. And I wanted to ask you, what do you do with your handmade clothes in that situation? If you know that you're not really going to wear them anymore, what do you do? Do you sell them? Do you give them to charity? Do you pack them away somewhere so that you can kind of go back and revisit them and look at how you've grown? I'm not quite sure what to do with mine. Obviously they're still special to me because they're things that I've made, but I just don't like having loads of things in my wardrobe that I know that I'm not going to wear. So do let me know down below how you manage that. I'm really interested to find out. I'd also like to know, what has been your favourite make this summer? What have you made which you've absolutely loved, and what have you worn the most? I'd really like to know, so do let me know down below. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do click the notification bell. I think my next video is probably going to be what I've been making so far this month, the month of September. So have a lovely day whatever you're doing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!